Whoa! I think I'm live. Holy crap! Alright. So, I'm making this little stream video thingamajig for the 204 Forza race that is happening tomorrow night, Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. BMW M235i is the car. The track is Ahvenisto, I don't know how the hell you fucking say it. It's some Finnish track, but we've got, I think, 7 guys racing in it from 204 Forza, which is pretty cool. Let me see the standings here. Where the hell is it? Here we go. So, of course, your man, Alex Nelson, is in first place, but Kit's in 5th. Papa Russ is in 6th. Randall, what's his name? That's Smackin'. He's in 9th. Sky Jams is nowhere to be found. Jay Waite's here. Vern's here. Anyways, we've got a good amount of guys racing in this, so I figured I'd put this together to help you guys with this track, because it is a tricky track, and there are I don't know, just a couple little weird nuances to it. Let me get all set up here. We want to do this. We want to do this. Display VR view. Can I get rid of this? Oh, shoot. No, I can't. Full screen. There we go. Alright, so we should be all set. Oh, shit. I don't think I can. I'm such a noob. Alright, hold on. So, talk tuning for 2 seconds, because I'm not going to go super in-depth into this. So, I'm loading up the Ahvenisto tune. Basically the same exact tune that I'm using from Okayama, running the medium slicks, 17 psi on the left, 18 psi on the right. It's giving me 27 psi while I'm running, and yeah, I'm perfect. Tire temps are perfect, everything's perfect. Left sides get a little bit hot, but I really am curious about that going forward, about managing tire temperatures, using things like different camber for those tires, different toe for those tires. See, I've always been one to match my camber on both sides, or match my toe on both sides, and even match my dampener settings on both sides. But now I'm starting to think that if you want to manage tire temp better, you've got to change those settings for that specific tire, which seems funky, you know, to have toe a certain way on one tire and toe a different way on another tire, but I'll definitely be doing some testing going forward. I'm just lazy. But yeah, 17 left, 18 right. Fuel, 18 liters is going to give me about 24 minutes, it says, so I'm going to trust it. Run 9 liters in qualify, in qualification, and just do the whole thing try to stay out for all 10 minutes of quali, and see if I can make it on 9 liters. If I can, then I just double that amount for 18, but I'll make adjustments if I need to. I am running traction control and ABS. I love ABS. I don't care for driving cars. Well, I shouldn't say I don't care for driving cars that don't have ABS, but if a car has the option for ABS, I'm going to use it. I cannot stand locking up tires. Traction control, though, there's one turn on this track that is such a pain for traction control, and the car bogs like crazy, and I'm starting to think like maybe I need to flip off my traction control just for that one turn. Like as I'm coming up to it, just turn it off real quick, do the turn, then turn it right back on, but we'll see. Alignment, so I've got 2.9 in the front for camber. Toe is at 6, which gives me a value of negative 0.12 on the left, and I'm in the pits, so it's not even, but figure it's about 0.10. Camber 1.3 in the back. So I'm saying these numbers just to give you guys general idea of what to put your numbers to, but these are the actual numbers that the camber is running, of course. So look at this information, not necessarily this information, just use this information to put it exactly where you want it if you want to copy my tune. I'm not some crazy tuner, but I feel like I've got this car pretty much where I want it. Toe on the back is 16, which gives me a positive value of 0.10. Dampers. Now, dampening is, probably the most confusing part about tuning. But the way that I look at it, if you stiffen up, if you increase a value, you're stiffening it. If you're decreasing it, you're softening it. Really, the big thing is this rebound in the rear. It's normally, I believe, at 0 for the stock tune, and I put it at 2. And if you read the value, higher values at the rear make the car more or less stable under braking and initial turn-in, but also much more agile on slow turn that need the whole car to rotate. Now, it's basically saying you can frickin' spin your car around, especially on the brakes. Like if you're trail braking, that rear end's gonna want to swing out a little bit. Now, the danger with that is it's easier to lose control of the car, but if you're good enough at driving, then you can control that. You can control your car, and you can do more with a car that is loose. That is, I feel like, one of the keys of racing. Is a looser car is a faster car in the hands of the correct driver. But I think that the only way that you'll get better is by testing yourself and making your car harder to drive. And because at a certain point, your tune is definitely going to hold you back. But if you can't put down consistent lap times even with the stock tune, then don't bother thinking that your tune is going to, make your life super easy. You just need to get more seat time. Anyways, brake power, I'm at 100%. Can't adjust the brake bias, can't adjust the gears on this car either. It's basically a cup car. Suspension, I'm running the 82s in the front, 100 for height on the front, so that's been dropped considerably. Dropped a considerable amount. Now, wheel rate in the back is at 80, and that's stiffened, and the height is at 80, and that's dropped again from, I want to say the stock height is like 200, but regardless, so that gives me 105 in the front, 188 in the rear. That's with the race fuel and everything. So remember that suspension in the back needs to be tightened to help that car rotate. Now, you got to be a little bit careful when you're getting on it, but that is how we're going to set up the car for today. So I'm going to put up some stuff that I don't normally race with because I cannot stand HUDs and whatnot, but we are going to be using tires, we're going to be using pedals, and we're going to be using Performance Delta. Just to give you guys a hint of what I'm doing on my gas pedal, how my tires are, and whatnot. Oops. So let me put this back in VR view, good VR view, and we'll get started with driving so I can shut the heck up. Alright. So, coming out of the pits, you've got just instantly these uphill turns for, I think that's turn 2, turn 3, and turn 4. I might be +1 on all these, so that might have been turn 5. Anyways, regardless, remember to stay outside on these turns. We want to be way out here and cut these turns in. We don't want to get sucked in, especially on this turn coming up. This turn is terrible. If you're down here, you do not have the angle, and it's going to slow you down. You need to be going outside in, and that is a key thing to remember. You want to be all the way out here, almost with your tires in the grass. Give it a little bit of curb. Come around. Now we're resetting. We're going high, outside in. Then we're coming back in, outside in. This is the turn that's giving me fits with the ABS, and I'm thinking about turning it off. This turn coming up is super important. This is really the only turn that leads onto a straight, so we want this to be a late apex. But don't get too crazy on the gas, because if you put it in the grass at all, you're going to slow down for what is basically the only straightaway on this track. we're going to cut this corner hard. We're going to put 2 tires over the line, and that's the start finish. Now, braking point's going to be right before the 50. We're going to treat this like a double apex. We're going to go in, all the way out, and then in again. Easy on the gas here. We don't want to go wide. If you go wide, you're going to slow yourself down a considerable amount. And that's a lap. It's a short lap. And it's a tricky lap. Lots of elevation changes. Undulation. Golf term. So we're going to do this one more time. We're going to go all the way to the left. Cut it hard in. We're going to go all the way to the right. Cut it hard in. Try to not miss that apex. It's easy to miss that apex. It's off camber. We're going to go all the way out. All the way back in. Get a little bit of curb on exit. Get a little curb on entry. That's vice versa. But anyways. A little bit of curb here. Remember, stay high here. Cut this turn. Now this turn is the bastard. I will never downshift in the second for that turn, but I'm kind of going slow on this lap. Now, late apex. You don't want to take that turn too fast, or else you're going to be hard on the brakes on exit because you're going to go way too wide. All right, let's see if we can put a couple flying laps together. So we're going to cut this hard. Try not to get too much curb. As you can see, I had to let off right there, and we're going to brake right before the 50. Cut it in. Go wide. A little bit of brake to get the back end to want to rotate. Be easy on the gas coming out. Set ourselves up wide. Downshift. Kind of slow. Stay on the curb. Stay up here high. It's I'm kind of right in between a downshift right there, but I keep it in 4th. Don't miss your apex. Brake sooner than you think up there. Staying out wide. Cut it. A little bit too much curb. I almost think you can late apex that turn a little bit better, but I like to exit being where I am, like kind of up on the left, so I have a good angle going into the next turn. Now again, we're hard on the brakes. See, now this is what I'm talking about. See it bogging. It's hard to do that turn. Late apex. Not late enough. See, I got a little bit too antsy there on the gas. All right. I'm going to not talk this lap. I want to focus, see if I can run it. Alright, that wasn't bad. I think my fastest lap times are in the 24s, I want to say. I keep taking a little bit too much curb right there. We don't want to be doing that. Okay. So, key thing, on that last turn, going on to the start-finish straight, we do not want to take as much curb as I've been taking. That is skipping the back tire, and I'm not getting a good exit because of it, so don't do that. We want to be flat out through there. We don't want to lift at all. You know, this track is pretty, what it reminds me of is it's like a very, very small version of Nordschleife. It is high risk, high reward on a lot of areas, which I like. But also, you gotta just, you just gotta watch yourself on some of these turns. Like the late apex turn that's coming up shortly is one that you've got to watch out for. You cannot be too antsy on the gas right there, or else you are going to ruin your lap and you're going to get overtaken. Because what I'm trying to think is, you know, I've never really raced on this track before, basically strictly practice in what we've done in Tool for Forza, so I've never raced SRS there, and or here I should say. See, you can't take that much curb. But I'm wondering where the passing opportunities are going to be, and I feel like the turn that I just went through is going to be a passing opportunity big time. Like passing on the outside there is going to be a thing. Passing on the entry to turn 1 is definitely going to be a spot. But see, everywhere else, I think that you're just going to be able to block out the inside on guys and be able to defend. Let me go back to the pits real quick. Oh, shit. If I go back to the pits, I won't have access. Oh, hold on one sec. We'll just do the lap. Think about where you're going to be when you leave a turn versus where you enter a turn. What I mean by that is, like, imagine there's a car in front of me and he's defending and he takes the inside line. Where am I going to be at when I exit if I'm trying to chase him? And, you know, he's taking away the inside line, which gives me the outside line, gives me the late exits. It's gonna, or sorry, the late exit. It's gonna give me the better run on most of the turns. Think about where he's going to be at and where I could possibly pass. And I see an opportunity here coming up. Watch, I'm going to show you where I think a good little spot is for a setup. So you're going to turn here, not take as much curb. Now watch. Now imagine he's blocking out the inside. So I'm going to be taking this really wide. Now he's kind of up there on my front right. Now we're coming down. I'm going to definitely have the better exit than him. Whoa, shit. Now watch, right here. He's going to be blocking out the inside. So if I have to take this wider, and now he's on my front left, if I can get up alongside of him, I'm going to have the inside coming in here. Now it's a skinny freaking spot to pass. And now, now he's going to have the inside coming up to this turn. So probably do more of a later turn right there. He has got to imagine where the guys are going to want to defend. Now he's going to be inside on these next two turns. Yeah, like I said, this is definitely qualifying is going to play a major importance. And if you just want to keep your spot, then all you got to really do is hug the inside line. The defensive line, I imagine, would, it's not going to be pretty, like especially on this turn. Look how slow you got to go if you're going to take a defensive line through there. And you got to watch out because maybe he has the run and can get the outside part right there. So you either got to shut the door really fast or be prepared to take the absolute late, the widest way around that turn, basically. We're not taking as much curb there. Left side tires get beat up a little bit around here. I will say that, at the end of a 20-minute race, your left side tires aren't going to feel quite the same. A little bit. Not good. Oh, Jesus. What did I tell you about a loose car? Alright, after this lap, I'm going to do one more flying lap, and we'll see where we're at. That's the worst turn on the track, I think. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Watch my gas input, like you saw it on there. I wasn't giving it full throttle on the exit. Ah, a little bit late, shit. A little bit late there. Ah, damn it. That is such a hard frickin' turn in this damn car. Alright, I'm gonna do one more lap and then we're gonna see if I can stop driving like shit. Oh my goodness. Oh, so now I can't drive. Ah, too early. One more. However, this is going to be the start-finish straight, so this is where the lap's going to start right here, and this is turn one. I can just feel it in those left side tires going over there, like just no grip really, like especially on the exit of that turn. That felt better. Too early. Hold on, let me get out of this thing real quick. Do I have control of my... Oh, what the heck? Get out of here. Alright, so... Wasn't really on my A game. My best lap is a 23.6. So I feel like you can tell once those tires start to go, like, you just don't have that grip coming out of what I would call technically turn 2. But, yeah, you just don't really have the grip coming out of that, and it's hard to, like, I think I was like 3/10 down, or 2.5 tenths down coming out of turn 2. But, yeah, it's going to be a fun race. I really, really, really enjoy this track. And I feel like it's not used often enough, especially in cars like this, what I would consider kind of, slower or a little bit underpowered. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow night. It should be a lot of fun. Hopefully we get the whole squad out there and load it up with 204 Forza guys. Take it to those Panamanian dudes who think they can play flutes better than us. But, yep. Until then, guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope it helped out some of the drivers for tomorrow night. Take care.